Golly, do I ever love your eyes. Like tiny camera apertures. Well, that's what Jimmy likes to call them. In today's story of the Ice Cream Man, issue 45, Ice Cream Man, the window in the back of the apartment. As I mentioned before, this is one of my favorite stories so far that I've gotten into with the Ice Cream Man. The story focuses on a bit of an exploit photographer that sends images to a magazine, Jimmy. Now, Jimmy suffered a recent injury that left him basically with his leg up and only able to move around his apartment for the time being. So, to pass the time, he likes to spy on his neighbors, look out the balcony and see a bunch of different people. Now, the thing that's funny about that is you get little insights of people's lives outside the window just from looking at their balconies. In one of the windows, we see a woman outside who's practicing opera. In the other, we see a writer struggling to come up with a story. Below, we see a couple that's always constantly at each other's throats. Jimmy really likes to watch. His girlfriend gives him some flack for doing it. But one of the strange things she adds to his cast is the word faker on there. Really not sure what, you know, Jimmy's unsure about that. Why is she calling it that? He really does work at the company, right? Well, Jimmy spots something interesting above the roof of the apartment. We see Rick feeding the birds. And we know whenever Rick's around, something sinister is about to happen. So on one of the nights when Jimmy can't sleep, he looks out the window and sees the couple again going at each other's throats, arguing back and forth. Jimmy always knows how this is going to play out, that they'll talk about leaving each other, but it never happens. But then something happens. The husband, after this big argument, goes to apologize to his wife, but right before he delivers the apology, she stabs him straight in the neck. Jimmy witnesses all of this. He has it on camera. But when he turns it into the police, all the photos are blank. Nothing. Seems like Jimmy is not too keen on taking care of his cameras, or he doesn't really know how to. Maybe this is a closer inspect on why his girlfriend called him a faker. We find out later that everything's not quite as it seems to be. For those of you who are interested in a further story, I recommend checking this one out. It's full of Hitchcock references. It's by far, I think, the best story that was put out. And as I mentioned before, Rick usually plays a smaller role. In this one, it's basically more a cameo. But as I said before, whenever he's around, you know something bad's going to happen.